As we welcome you back to Newsmax Prime, we turn to the hot-button topic of illegal immigration. I recently sat down with Republican presidential candidate and current Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, and we talked about what he thinks needs to be done to stop the flow of people illegally across our border. Immigration is legal. Illegal immigration is something altogether different. But do you think your unique American experience perhaps better qualifies you to be tough on enforcement?
Well, a couple of things, J.D. First, we need to secure the border, period. We don't need a 1,000-page bill. We don't need a comprehensive bill. We don't need amnesty. The only thing a 1,000-page bill is good for is to put against the border and help build that wall. I don't need to tell you this. You're from Arizona. You know the impact that illegal immigration is having on our states and on our country. We need to secure the border, get rid of these sanctuary cities. But one of the things I'm so tired of this president doing is dividing us. One of the things I've said, and I believe this in my bones, is we've got to stop the hyphenated Americans. We're not African Americans or Greek Americans or poor Americans or rich Americans. We're all Americans. If people want to come to our country, they should come legally. They should learn English. They should adopt our values. And when they get here, they should roll up their sleeves and get to work. To me, that's common sense. Why would we want somebody to come here if they didn't want to be an American? We don't want to force them here. Why would we give somebody freedom to undermine our freedoms? JD, you look what's happening in Europe. They got second, third generation immigrants that aren't parts of their country, aren't parts of their cultures. We can't have that happen in the United States. That's what worries me. People don't talk enough about assimilation, integration. This is the greatest country in the history of the world. Let's not give that away.
There's another problem, too, and that is the fact that people have come, they have not assimilated. So what happens? We always hear from the open borders crowd that you can't break up families. But isn't it time to discuss a compassionate way to reunite families in their country of origin?
Well, a couple of things. Look, until we secure the border, we're going to continue to have the left trying to give Band-Aids. We've heard this story before. Remember in the 80s? They said, give amnesty and we'll secure the borders. So what do? They gave amnesty. The borders weren't secure. Millions more came in. We're going to be watching the same movie over and over if we don't do something different. In my state, they sent over 1,000 unaccompanied minors, these children that came here illegally. That's going to continue to come. And the reason they're coming in part is they hear that, oh, they might get amnesty. They hear the president's not enforcing the immigration laws. So you've got to start by sealing the border. We've also got to stop this whole nonsense of sanctuary cities. When did we think as a country, the president, the courts, the cities get to pick and choose which laws they want to enforce, which laws they want to ignore? Look, if you don't like a law, try to change it. But you don't get to just pick and choose which ones you want to follow, which ones you want to ignore. I know you know the border. I went to go see it for myself. And so once we saw these kids coming into our state, I said, I want to go see how this is happening. I went to the Rio Grande, went to Texas. They're not sneaking across, at least not what I saw. You know, I think most people, they think of the border, they think of a fence and border patrol agents, and it's pretty hard to get across. JD, I saw 3 groups come right across in broad daylight. One group walked right across a man-made dam, they got to a fence, they get to this gate, they swing the gate wide open. It's not even locked. It doesn't even slow them down for a second. We called Border Patrol on each of the groups we saw. In many cases, they're coming right across in sugar cane. They're not, look, we're in clearly marked police boats, helicopters, cars. They're not scared of us. They're not afraid of being seen. Now, what Texas did tell us is when they surged those police, those resources into one part, folks stopped coming in that area. Now, they go to another area, but what that tells me is the left says you can't secure the border. That's nonsense. This is a country that sent a man to the moon. If we're serious about this, we can get it done. This president talks about the power of the pen, the power of the phone. Here's something he can actually do. He could actually fulfill the obligations of his office. The Constitution tells the federal government the one thing they have to do is protect us. One of the ways they can protect us, secure the border.
And secure the border, the fence.
Absolutely. Well, look, we got to build a fence, but in addition to the fence, that's not enough by itself. We got to have more border patrol agents. We have to have more technology. We got the heat sensing technology in the helicopters. Once you do that, though, I think once folks know that they can't come across here, they can't simply come to our country illegally, I think you'll begin to see a dramatic reduction in the numbers of people who try. Part of the problem today is we're sending mixed messages. We got a president that's out there saying, don't worry, we're not going to enforce it. Now, thankfully, the courts have tried to slow him down, but this is a president who thinks that he doesn't have to follow the law. Here's a president who thinks, you know, we've had presidents I've disagreed with before, but he may be the first president that routinely just ignores the Congress, ignores the law, and does what he wants.
We'll have more of that exclusive interview throughout the week here on Newsmax Prime. And this programming note, tune in to see our Newsmax Prime special, a conversation with Governor Scott Walker, premiering tomorrow. That's right, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, only on Newsmax TV. And that will be followed by my exclusive interview with Governor Mike Huckabee at 3:30. You know, when it comes to the presidential candidates, Newsmax Prime brings you the exclusive one-on-one interviews you won't see anywhere else. And Newsmax also gives you the merchandise you want as well, including the cap that Donald Trump's been wearing on the campaign trail, and at campaign stops, you see it there, Make America Great Again. It's become a sensation. In fact, sales of this cap are now off the charts, and you can get your very own Make America Great Again cap, a $25 value, free with this offer. All you do is pay shipping and handling. Go to newsmax.com/Trump cap or call the number you see right there.